Dear student friends, I am Dr. S.V. Patil, Department of Chemistry, C.T. Bora College, Shirur, District, Pune. Today we will discuss about flame emission spectroscopy, abbreviated as FES, also known as flame photometry. We will see the introductory part and the principle of flame emission spectroscopy. As we know that in chemistry, detection of alkali and alkaline earth metals is crucial because of unavailability of the chemical weight method for test. So there is no specific chemical weight method or chemical weight test is there for the detection of alkali and alkaline earth metals. Basically, flame photometric technique is applied for qualitative and quantitative analysis of alkali and alkaline earth elements. The alkali and alkaline earth metals give characteristic color to the flame. For example, sodium gives golden yellow color to the flame, while lithium gives blood red color to the flame. Potassium gives lilac color, copper gives blue color, calcium gives brick red color, while barium gives apple green color. So these alkali and alkaline earth metals give different colors to the flame, and that advantage is taken for qualitative and quantitative analysis. In flame emission spectroscopy, basically emitted radiations are measured here, and these emitted radiations are measured in terms of wavelength and intensity. Wavelength of radiations gives what is present in sample, while intensity of radiation gives how much amount of that element present in the sample. Means wavelength and intensity, these two parameters are very important here because they are related to the qualitative and quantitative analysis. Flame emission spectroscopy is basically used in hospitals to measure the level of sodium and potassium ions in the body fluids and tissues. Because in human body, the role of sodium and potassium is very crucial. Most of the metabolic activities are controlled by sodium and potassium in the human body. That's why the measurement becomes very important, and that can be done by using flame emission spectroscopy. This technique is also known as flame photometry. And after this introductory part, we will go towards the principle of flame emission spectroscopy. When metallic salt solution introduced into flame in the form of mist, that can be introduced by using atomizer, simply that is called as burner, will get the formation of mist. The flame temperature is there, flame is there, and that flame temperature evaporates the small liquid droplets into flame to form residual solid. Very small droplets are there, fog is there. That fog, when there is evaporation of that fog is there is formation of minute residual solid particles are there, and these solid particles vaporize into gaseous state. These gaseous state molecules dissociate into neutral gaseous atoms or sometimes in radicals due to thermal energy. The neutral gaseous atoms of element goes into excited state by absorbing thermal energy of the flame, and we know that excited state of atoms is very unstable. The excited state atoms goes to the original state, that is a ground state, by emission of some radiations, and these radiations are measured in terms of h nu. That h nu means it is nothing but the difference between E2 minus E1. The diagram clearly shows that E1 means ground state atom, means neutral gaseous atoms are there, that is a ground state, and when they absorb energy, thermal energy from the flame, goes to excited state, that is absorption is given, and that excited state is very unstable, that atoms goes to the ground state, but during that movement the emission of some radiations is there, and that is measured in terms of h nu. So h nu is nothing but the difference between E2 minus E1. So where h is a Planck constant, nu is the frequency of emitted radiations, E2 is higher energy level, that is energy level of excited state, and E1 is the lower energy level, that is energy of ground state or lower energy state, that is ground state energy is there. We are well known about nu is equal to c by lambda, that is shown by equation number 2, where c is velocity of light and lambda is the wavelength of emitted radiations, and nu is the frequency. That frequency is, when we substitute that equation into equation number 1, we will get Sc divided by lambda is equal to E2 minus E1. By doing some rearrangement, we can easily find out the lambda. Lambda is equal to Sc divided by E2 minus E1. So here we are getting what the lambda. Lambda is nothing but a wavelength, and that wavelength is very important here because that wavelength of emitted radiations is measured, and that can easily find out which element is present in the sample solution. Means we can do qualitative analysis by knowing the wavelength of emitted radiations. This is very important. Then there are number of steps involved in flame emission spectroscopy or flame photometry are given in block diagram. So there is a steps, events occurred in the flame that are shown in the form of block diagram. Initially there is a liquid sample containing element aspirated into flame by using aspirator, that is a nebulizer, that is also called as a burner. There is a formation of liquid droplets. In a flame there is a formation of liquid droplets. That liquid droplet shows evaporation of droplets resulting formation of minute particles of residue, and that residue shows decomposition into neutral gaseous atoms, and that goes after formation of neutral gaseous atoms. That atoms absorb energy, thermal energy from the flame of course, and goes to excited state, and that excited state atoms are very unstable. They goes to the ground state within a fraction of seconds, and there is emission of radiations is observed, and wavelength and intensity of emitted radiations is measured here, and this is the basic of flame emission spectroscopy. Here the number of excited state atoms present per cm cube can be calculated by using Boltzmann distribution law, simply that is Boltzmann equation, which is derived from statistical thermodynamics, and that is given by equation n star divided by n0 is equal to a e raised to minus ea upon kt, where n star is nothing but the number of excited state atoms, n0 is the number of ground state atoms present in the flame, a is the constant for particular element, it varies with the element, A is activation energy, K is Boltzmann constant, T is temperature of the flame. By knowing all the parameters, then we see the physical significance of the equation. The above equation shows that the number of excited state atoms are dependent upon the temperature of flame. Means at a higher temperature of the flame, the number of excited state atoms are more in number, and in flame emission spectroscopy this ratio of n star to n0 is very important here, because that decides the emission of radiations. This number of excited state atoms are more, and that excited state atoms total depends upon the flame temperature. So here the flame temperature is the important for excitation of atoms. So the excitation of atoms is directly proportional to the temperature of the flame, and here we will get the emission intensity, that radiations are measured in terms of intensity, which is basically used for the quantitative analysis, and by using this wavelength and intensity we can do qualitative as well as quantitative analysis of the elements present in the sample, and this technique is basically used for the estimation of sodium and potassium, and that's why it is very useful in the hospitals as well as is very useful in the clinical laboratories, and this is the principle of flame emission spectroscopy.